What's up, everyone? Marc Lobliner, tigerfitness.com. 1,500 testosterone? 1,500 testosterone. Let me get this straight.
My health is as good as I know, man. All I can do is go get tests, and they don't know everything, man. It's all up to God. I'm working out and I feel good, energy high. My testosterone is 1,500. I know my blood type. I know what I'm.
Here's a guy who's lost a bunch of weight. It's great, right? Who's fasting, who's not apparently eating any protein or fats, and his testosterone's at 1,500. Bro, the thing about the internet, you can't validate truth. He's either lying about not being on steroids or being natural per se, which I guess he's been doing his whole career. Why do we expect it to change now? Maybe because we'll talk about why it's a huge issue later. Or he's lying about the number itself. So either he's lying about the number. There's no way in hell this guy's at 1,500 testosterone. So the thing is, you can't trust what you see on the internet, right? It could be a lie, it could be whatever. That's why I tend to post my blood work to show where my test levels are at, my LDL, my HDL, my liver levels, all that stuff. But like, you can't verify. I could Photoshop it, I guess. I copy and paste it right off the app. It comes in, but like, I guess I could Photoshop it. I have no reason to because my levels are where they're at. But for me to say that it's not provable is kind of weird because I get a ton of hate for saying I'm on TRT, even though I am on TRT, because people don't believe I'm on only TRT. So I guess kind of a catch-22, right? On one end, people lie, but because they lie, you can't believe people who aren't lying. So the bottom line is, let me go over something. Like, you guys know my TRT, like my testosterone levels, taking 150 to 175 milligrams testosterone a week, gets me to about 1,000, somewhere between 900 and 1,100, because obviously the day varies. I try to split up into multiple injections, but my testosterone levels, I try to keep around 1,000, nowhere over 1,100, because that gets into the whole enhanced territory where you have enhanced problems, right? There are issues what steroids do as far as lipid levels, which again, I keep mine normal because I'm not on a ton of stuff, and just the stress it has on your body. You should not have a super high level of testosterone unless, of course, you know the risks and you're doing it for a reason, whether it's to win a show, to win Mr. Olympia, to win a race, maybe you're Lance Armstrong. I don't know. Bottom line is, there's no way naturally this guy with his lifestyle and what's going on and being on steroids all those years is at 1,500 tests. So somewhere along the line, there's a lie there. And this isn't even the point of the video. It's not even a point of the video. The point of the video is, man, y'all, you fans, you're not fans. You guys are literally killing Cali Muscle. When he dies, and I say when because everybody dies, but I'll go into the fact that he's probably going to die. Look, man, the odds are against him. Now, God willing, he lives till he's 100 years old. Man has kids. He has a wife. Even if he didn't, I don't want anybody to die. But you have to realize that I started this. Number one, I started this out of a place of, hey, you can't just go online and say that protein powder and creatine caused your heart attack when you're on grams of drugs, right? And you're doing mukbang videos. You can't do that. So I was defending stuff, but as it went on, it became a battle and people became entrenched in it. So people chose sides. Some people are on team Marc, all two of them, and the rest are on team Cali. And as you're cheering him on, he's getting it and getting more into it and into it, doing more extreme stuff, from 10-day fast to eating pineapple only, to eating watermelon only. And with what he's in, with the state of health he's in, he does not need to be doing extreme things. And he's of this thinking that he doesn't need medication. Look, man, I can argue all day long about the pandemic. And, you know, I came out with a product called Ambrosia Vita, which basically has all the viral defense supplements to prevent against, you know, basically viruses. They replicate, right? Viral replication. So I wanted to prevent that. So I'm all for natural medicine. When you're at a level where you have a 25% ejection fraction, I'll explain that in a minute, you need to do everything your doctor tells you to, because think about it. They're keeping people alive into their hundreds who have no business living into their hundreds by medicating the living ish out of them. Big pharma is awesome. They're keeping people alive so long beyond, and this man can live a long time if he would just listen to his doctors. But you guys keep egging him on. Go king. Is this your king? Thank you, Chris Jones. Go king, go king. And Alan Roberts, my good friend, just did a video on this. Like, this is really sad because you're leaving behind a family, and hopefully you have enough savings and 401k and life insurance where it's, you know, when you go, because all of us are going to, dude, I'll be real. I have personal life insurance. And my partner and I have a Keyman policy. So if I die, not only do we get the assets we have, but I have a Keyman policy. Not going to say for how much. Let's just say that if I die, my wife and kids will be set for a long, 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 long time. And I want every one of you, whether you make $10,000 a year or $10 million a year, I want you to start setting that up. Set up your IRA, set up your get your term life insurance. You know, if you own a business, set up a Keyman policy. I took too long to do that. And I don't want you to make the mistake I have. And if you have any bit of money, get a trust set up. Trust me on this, no pun intended. Get a trust. So I'm watching this. Alan sends me over these clips, and I'm beside myself. Yesterday was really busy. I didn't have time to go watch. I watched a little bit of today. But the crazy thing is, you guys need to stop this. You guys are literally going to kill this man. And so when I started getting back to that, like, I was literally like, dude, this is a position of love, dude. You got to stop. Like, you're going to hurt people. Sure, we went back and forth. We traded jabs. But at the end of the day, like, I really wanted him to see the light and stop literally clickbaiting himself into the grave. But the crazy thing is, man, it's just getting worse and worse and worse and worse to the point where his own doctor says that he is spreading misinformation and potentially hurting the people who follow him.
Coming here.
Hey, Doc.
I'm sick, so I can't really examine you today.
Okay.
Or talk about the labs, but I'm just going to tell you straight. Your heart. Your ejection fraction is about 25%. Normal is 55 to 65. Mm-hmm. So you're at high risk for sudden death. I really like all the marketing you're doing on Facebook, on Instagram, but the reason I don't answer it is that I don't trust it, I don't believe it. Mm-hmm. You're giving, as a non-doctor, you're giving a lot of advice to people, to maybe teenagers.
Oh no, I'm not giving advice. I'm just saying what I'm doing.
Yeah, but it's far from the conventional, far from the conventional. It's not that I value.
His doctor, who, by the way, is jacked. Wow, I want this doctor. Other than the mask, I love the guy. But it's California. Like, they're weird out there, right? I'm from California, by the way. I actually am from California. I'm not just claiming it for street cred. So anyway, so his doctor's like, dude, you're going to hurt people. You're going to hurt people. It's getting to that point. But I digress. I go back. So you want to surround yourself with people who tell you the truth. You want to surround yourself with people who will tell you when you're acting a fool. You want to surround yourself with people who are honest with you, even if the truth hurts. So as you guys know, my business partner, one of my best friends in the world, is Mike Rashid. And I did a couple videos that were stupid. I was trying to be funny, trying to get views. I got caught up in myself, and I believe I was wearing a dress or something stupid in one of the videos. And I was sitting there on Mike, and at that time, it was the old HQ, Ambrosia HQ in California. And Mike looks at me, he goes, bro, what is that? Like, what is that? And I'm like, well, I thought it was funny. You know, I was trying, he's like, man, but you got to stop that. Like, stupid. And I was like, I could have been like, no, man, that's not stupid. And then it made me realize, here's a very nice man who wants the best for me. And he's like, dude, you're being dumb. Stop being dumb. And I'm like, you know, Mike, you're right. I'm going to stop doing that right now. You literally have a doctor saying what you're doing is unconventional. Don't spread this because it's misinformation. It can hurt people. And yet you double down on it. You double down. So you're not listening to reason. You're listening to all the noise around you. All of some of you guys, same guys in my comments saying I'm only a hater and this and that, and I'm going to die and this. It's like, okay, I am going to die. I might die today. It's just life. It's part of life. But I've done a well enough job to make sure that my family will be taken care of. And that's a man's job. Take care of their family, whether they're here or they're not. Let's get back to the health thing, right? Enough about that. So the doctor said he has a 25% ejection fraction. What that means, his heart is operating. The important part, right? That whole left area, and not getting too technical, is very important. Just put it to you that way. Everybody understands that. Okay, if you see left and heart in the same sentence, the left side, that is very important. Do not mess with that. It is down to less than 25%. So I know a lot about the heart because I'm really interested in why all these people are dying suddenly, whether it's the illness, whether it's the cure for the illness, or whether it's just lifestyle. So I've been doing a lot of research. As you see, if you go through my video history, I've done a lot of videos on sauna and its effect on the heart, on red light therapy. I got a red light, watch this. So I got this red light thing. It's, what's it called? I don't have an affiliate code. It's called DNA Vibe. Look at this. So it has, I don't know, I put this on my lower back during the day, and I believe in red light. There's not much data on it, but it's literally red light. You put it right on your skin, and you could go around things. It's pretty cool. I'm really excited about it. I don't have an affiliate code or anything. I don't have a coupon. I'm sure you can search Google and find some coupons, but it's called a DNA Vibe. If you're into red light therapy, I'm into all that stuff. I know Alex Kickle is. My brother and Dr. Stu referred me to it, and I'm really a big fan so far. I have a plug in my Yukon, and I literally will plug it in and put that on different areas as I drive long distance. When I drive to Texas to see my brother over Christmas, I'm going to be using that the whole way. But anyways, I digress. So a 25% ejection fraction, what does that mean? Well, his risk of sudden death, as his doctor alluded to, is through the roof. A 42% mortality rate. He said under 25. It's 15%. That mortality rate goes up to over 50%. That means that his chance of dying at any time is double that of any normal person, which is crazy. His risk of sudden death is through the roof. And I say this not gloating, not bragging, but just so you guys can help this guy see the light. Dude, he's lucky to live through 2024. I mean, that will be huge. And I've dealt with this, man. You know CT Fletcher, my good friend? CT had a heart transfusion, and he's literally beating all the odds. And he's still alive, been living for years with this heart, and he's crushing it, and he's just such a great guy because CT listens to his doctor. CT takes the pills. Okay, he takes the medications. He does what he's supposed to do. And that's what you have to do when you're in that situation. This is not the time for naturopathy. This is the time to listen to the doctors and bow down to Big Pharma. Okay, bow down to Big Pharma. I'm just being real with you. I've known a lot of folks who've outlived anybody's expectations due to obviously staying in shape, eating clean, not doing extreme diets, and, well, taking the damn drugs. Sorry to say it. I know a lot of you people are like, oh, Big Pharma. Big Pharma's awesome. They came out with a pill that gives 90-year-olds boners. Big Pharma is awesome. So the cure. How does he fix himself? And the answer is there's none. There's none. Once you have that widowmaker heart attack, you are living on borrowed time. We're all living on borrowed time. Like I said before, life in and of itself is a terminal illness because it ends in death. It just is. We're all living on borrowed time. And that's why we got to take every second as a blessing. And I do. So what can he do? Number one, like I just said, take the medication. Blood pressure medication, statins and other pills. Well, what if his cholesterol is normal? So statins, I think, rosuvastatin, forgot how you pronounce it. Starts with the R, ends with statin. It actually has this ability, I read in data, to not only lower your cholesterol, your LDL, but also has this ability to take away inflammation within your arteries in your heart. So there's some good data on that. Again, I'm not for, nor am I against statins. I'm actually for a lot of these medications, people who need them. But yes, statins, obviously, if you're looking at going outside the box, nattokinase is good to prevent blood clots. But again, it's one of those things where talk to your doctor. But if you have heart failure, like blood pressure medication, statins, all that stuff, everyone looks at statins as just cholesterol, but there's more to statins. I actually had this conversation with my doctor. Statins actually, certain statins, not all of them, actually take away or reduce inflammation within your heart, which is pretty friggin' cool. So again, like people are anti-statin. I know the data is sketchy somewhat, but there's an overwhelming body of evidence that they do decrease mortality risk. And when you have an increased mortality risk of 50%, you want to knock that thing down every chance you could get. Number 2 is stop taking steroids. I think a low dose TRT to get you, because obviously it's dangerous to have too low a testosterone, but to have high testosterone, super high, 1500 medicated testosterone is not good. Stop taking exogenous steroids other than what's prescribed by your doctor. And if your doctor is prescribing enough steroids to get you up to 1500, get a new doctor. He's trying to kill you, or sue the guy. And like the good doctor in the video said, stop the deadly clickbait. Stop it. You're putting people at risk. You're misinforming people. And it gets to the point where clicks are like cocaine. They're very addictive. They're heroin. You get those clicks. You get that every time you see a video, and I've done this, man. You see a video go viral, right? I've had a couple million view videos. I've had a few 100,000, 500,000 view videos. When you see those numbers, tick, 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 every like minute you see, tick, 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 it is exhilarating. So, I mean, chasing that dragon of the clicks, it's just going to make you do stupider things. You're an addict. You're addicted to clicks. And that's just the hard truth. So at the end of the day, man, and I say this with the utmost sincerity, we talk all this shit. It's what we do online. It's what we do on YouTube. And it's what we do when someone attacks our livelihood. That's what I do. But at the end of the day, bro, you got kids. You have kids. Just like I owe it to my kids not to take risks with my health. You need to cut it out. Okay? You can make money doing things that aren't going to kill you. And I'm sure your kids would rather have a slightly less cool car, whatever that Hellcat is you drive. Okay? Your kids would be cool with you having a Honda Accord and you still being on this planet. And that's on God. Oh man, I just talked like a teenager. We just did this video for, we carry Prime at Tiger Fitness now. And my son and I did this video where I was like talking like a teenager. So, I mean, it's in my head, lit, on God, exposed. It's crazy. But anyway, so that's all I got, guys. What do you think? Comment down below. Look, man, as much shit as we all talk, man, nobody on this nobody's been around. Like, he's an OG, dude. He's been around since what, 2013? Probably earlier than me. I think he started gaming and shit like 2010. Like he was one of the first ones on YouTube. I came along in 2011, maybe a little bit earlier, but that's before I had this channel. You know, at the end of the day, man, we want everybody to do well. We want everybody to eat. You know, not mukbang, but we want everybody to eat. We want everybody to have money, everybody to support their family. You know, I still talk to you, just stayed at my house, Chris Lovato, you know, Matt Ogus, you know, he hasn't been to my house, but that's my boy. Chris Jones and I are still business partners. You know, we all still keep in contact. Like, we show love for people that we've been in this game with for decades. It's been decades now, right? Chris Lovato is still 10 years younger than me, which is embarrassing for me, but he's a good looking guy too. Like, dude, if I was into guys, but nonetheless, guys, I really hope that whoever's encouraging him sees this video, stops it, because I mean, right now you're literally cheering on because there's about to be a NASCAR crash. Like, I remember when Dale Earnhardt Jr. died. It's right before that. Like, imagine you're cheering on whatever's going to happen before that crash. Except we didn't know Dale was going to crash. We know how this ends. Based on statistics, it's going to end sooner than later if we don't get this guy to stop doing what he's doing. Anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Again, tigerfitness.com. I just talked about us having Prime. I just ate this before the video. We got the outright bars, of course, all this cool stuff. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I'm Marc Lobliner, and that's not a game. The outright bar was created for my kids. My kids need a snack to eat during soccer tournaments, and also I wanted a bar for myself to eat pre-workout, post-workout, and also throughout the day. You want your outright bars right now. That's why we have a partnership going with the Vitamin Shop to make sure that we're in all 750 plus locations, providing the best price, the best service, the best people to give you the outright bar when and where you need it.